Hey, Chaotic Crew, Brian here. I'm a bit under the weather, as you can probably tell, but we got some crazy new spoilers this week from the upcoming Final Fantasy set, and a card that makes me go, what the actual heck? Jumbo Cactuar, 7 mana, a green creature for a 1/7 plant. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets plus 9,999 plus 0 until end of turn. So it essentially becomes a 10,007 creature. Honestly, at a loss for words, just because this it's like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, right? There's so much power there. But I wanted to sort of build a deck to, I guess, try and kill people with Jumbo Cactuar. There's a lot of cards that can help you with this, and this is just something I pieced together. It's definitely not the most optimal, but it is a fun deck, and a deck that you will have fun playing regardless of if you get Jumbo Cactuar out or not. It's a shame this can't be your commander, right? Unless, I mean, if your friend group allows it, go for it. But I thought this would go great in a few different shells. At first I thought Minsk and Boo would be really good as a Gruul shell. Minsk and Boo has a Planeswalker that lets you sacrifice a creature, deal damage equal to its power to any target, so having that in the command zone is really fun. But then I thought, I actually like this a lot as well, with cards that, let me draw cards equal to its power, which is always nice. Lots of that in green, and if we can get blue in, we can have like Laboratory Maniac effects and whatnot. So I sort of made this deck a little bit with that in mind. I sort of toned down the draw cards equal to power stuff in here, but there's still a lot of fun ways, like Chandra's Ignition, to sort of just win the game out of nowhere with Jumbo Cactuar. We got a couple of ways to try and sneak it in as well, but I thought this deck would be the best as a Maelstrom Wanderer deck. So Maelstrom Wanderer, of course, 8 mana for a 7/5. Creatures you control have haste, and has Cascade. So on cast, you're cascading for twice for spells with 7 or less mana value. Here's that Minsk and Boo we talked about, which is good. You can buff up your hamster, or you can just -2 sack a creature and deal X damage to any target where X is that creature's power. So that's always a fun card. Jace is sort of our win con for drawing through our deck, and this deck does go through a lot of cards, so nice to have this in the grave. We've got a couple ways to get it out. Excuse me, I said grave because we've got a couple ways to get this out of the grave as well in case it dies early on, but definitely essential to our plan. We got tons of creatures. A lot of it's ramp, right? Arbor Elf, Birds of Paradise, Delighted Halfling, Elvish Mystic, Llanowar Elves, Goblin and Archomancer, Sakura Tribe Elder, Somberald Sage. Just some ways to get creatures out quickly. We've also got some utility creatures like Reclamation Sage to destroy artifact or enchantment. We've got Timeless Witness to get creatures out of our graveyard. And then we got sort of our heavy hitters, right? Tali Primal Conqueror. Gotta have it in any Gruul shell ever. Kogla the Titan Ape, Kogla and Yandaro to sort of help get rid of artifacts, enchantments, and some pesky creatures as well. Pathbreaker Ibex to give Trample to Jumbo Cactuar, because if you can give Jumbo Cactuar Trample, you just kill somebody, which is great. And then you have Selvala, which can, if you have Jumbo Cactuar, can give you 10,000 mana, right? So that's pretty funny. Stalking Vengeance is super cool. Whenever creature you control dies, it deals damage with its power to target player Planeswalker. Jumbo Cactuar, if we can kill it or sacrifice it, Surrect Dragoncraw, also giving trample to our creatures and making them uncounterable, which is nice. Emoti giving us more Cascade. Goreclaw, another trample giver. And then Titan of Ministry and Valmpore Tyrant, some good value pieces that are just, really good. Atali's also really great in this deck as well. We've got a lot of sorceries. Bala Ged Recovery, like one of those cards that help get stuff out of the grave. We run a few different board wipes here. Blasphemous Act, Call Forth the Tempest, Azuri's Predation, and Chandra's Ignition. We already talked about Chandra's Ignition. Kind of want to keep this on deck for Jumbo Cactuar if we have it, right? Call Forth the Tempest is great because you cascade twice and then you deal damage to each of your opponent's creatures because of the mana value of other spells you've cast, which we've got a lot of high ones. And then, of course, we got, ramp spells like Jessica's Will, Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, Cultivate. Kodama's Reach is not in here, but we have 3 visits and Farseek as well to sort of help us get the lands we need. Life's Legacy is a way to win the game. Sacrifice a creature, draw a card equal to its power, and gain life. Or no, sorry, not gain life. That's a different card. In fact, I'm going to take out Delayed Blast Fireball and add in Momentous Fall. And that'll be down here. That one gains you life as well. You could do its toughness. So you won't gain 1,000 life or 10,000 life, but you'll gain 7 toughness. Unexpected Results, a really fun card, and Neoform to help get to your Jumbo Cactuar quickly. The goal of this deck is to essentially cascade until you get into Jumbo Cactuar and then start killing people. If you have a Jumbo Cactuar in your hand, we got Brainstorm to help with that. Some removal here. Fling and Kazul's Fury to also kill people. Temur Battle Rage to give Trample and Double Strike, as if you needed that. Plasm Capture to help us get to our commander quickly. And then Great Henge and Doors of Durin to also help get to our Cactuar quicker. A decent enchantment package here. Temur Ascendancy, similar to our commander. If our commander's not out, and we have a Jumbo Cactuar in our hand, we can cast it out. Rhythm of the Wild will also give it haste or 1/1 counter. So just sort of repeatable effects from our commander's sake. Up the Beanstalk, good card draw. Greater Good, another way we can easily get to our Jumbo Cactuar and then use it to win the game with Jace. Garruk's Uprising gives Trample. Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth. Just great cards as well. So really solid. We got 34 lands with the 2 MDFCs. It's 36, and yeah, it's a pretty interesting deck. So we'll go and play test. Already start off with 4 lands. No real ramp, unfortunately, but we do have a couple decent cards. We'll try it out. All right, we'll play this Steam Vents tapped and draw. No other ramp, so play Cinderglade tapped and turn 3. Okay, we do get the ramp this time. So we will Farseek for a Catriatrium. Turn 4. We have the Minsk and Boo. And that way we can sort of get that out there. It's in a dangerous position. We get the Hamster token. And we can put 2 1/1 counters on it. So we have a 3/3 blocker. Not amazing. Could be better, could be worse. I don't mind playing this because we do have the Timeless Witness in hand as well. But this is essentially, just trying to get us to our next spot. Make this a 5/5, 6 mana, 2 turns until we get to Maelstrom Wanderer. So we'll play Temur Ascendancy. And then we have Heroic Intervention if we need it. We draw an Arbor Elf, which is nice. Would have loved to have that earlier, but better late than never. And we have some more stuff here to play if we need to. We can also, if we wanted to, sacrifice this to draw 5 cards and deal 5 damage. It doesn't really do a whole lot for us. We'll play Rhythm of the Wild, I guess, and we can Nature's Claim something. But yeah, not doing a ton, but it helps get us to that last land we need. Or you don't need a land, I guess, because you have Arbor Elf, but having it is helpful. Alright. Yeah, well, this is what we came here to do. So cast Maelstrom Wanderer, even if it gets countered. Right. We still get the 2 Cascade triggers, so... First one. Atali. Alright. Off Atali we get birds. Okay, second Maelstrom Wanderer. That's wild growth. Okay, not bad. So, yeah, as you can see, it just sort of gets you to wherever you need to go. Next we got Hit the Motherload, which we got up the Beanstalk, and then we started drawing more cards. So, yeah, it's not ideal where you can't always get Jumbo Cactuar, but that's what I think what makes this meme deck a bit fun. Is that I tried to make it in a way that you'd have fun playing it other than just going for the meme. Some people build a deck with just one purpose in mind, and like, yes, achieving that one purpose is great, but then once you've done it like once or twice, the deck kind of stops being fun. So I am going to restart. You can always add in more cards to, you know, specifically fetch out Jumbo Cactuar, but like I said, it makes it a little bit less fun when that's like the only strategy of the deck. But I do want to get it out and show you how it works. Alright, and then we will cultivate. We'll grab a mountain and another mountain. One goes to the field. Next turn. Okay, play the mountain. Tap this to put the Utopia Sprawl on the forest. We have 5 mana. Let's go ahead and play Selvala. Oh, we have, yeah, 5 mana. Okay, and then we will pass turn. So we have 7 mana. Rampant Growth will get us there. We'll grab an island. And we'll play Rhythm of the Wild. Okay, we get Creative Technique for our draw, which is not terrible. Eight for our commander. Cascade twice. Nature's Lure. Yeah, we're gonna go get an untapped forest. So that way we can cast something with Selvala. Okay. Minsk and Boo. We're just getting Minsk and Boo today. This is a Minsk and Boo day, not a Jumbo Cactuar day. Okay. We get that. That enters. When it enters, it probably has the most power, so we'll draw a card. And then we'll tap this and tap this to add a bunch of red mana and a couple green and a blue. Use 5 red mana for Creative Technique, so we have a green and a blue floating. Shuffle the library, and then get a free birds. Shuffle the library. Get a free Blasphemous Act. Sure. Not the best order for that, but it works. Whatever. And then Brainstorm. Ooh. Gotta get the Boo token. I guess we'll put this on top, and then this. Alright. Boards will reset next turn. Play the Stomping Ground. 2, 0, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mana. We could totally sacrifice the Minsk and Boo to get something. We could Bala get Recovery, Creative Technique. We could also Plasm Capture and do a lot next turn. Yeah, I say we sacrifice Boo to draw 3 cards. Okay. We have 9 mana, so I vote Serac is a good option. So we can flash Serac out, and then we can also Plasm Capture, because Utopia Sprawl can give us that extra blue we need. So we just hold up. We'll end up flashing it in, and then Plasm Capturing something else, let's say for 4 mana. Next turn, we have 4 extra mana. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 mana. Use 10 of it for our commander. Sure, 10. Can't be countered, so Cascade, Teamer Ascendancy, and Chandra's Ignition. So we can destroy everything for 7. And then Master Monitor enters. Draw card. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Alright, we have a opening hand with Jumbo Cactuar, but it has terrible lands. But we're keeping it, just to see how it goes. Draw, okay, we get a good land there. Let's go ahead and play this, turned over. Next turn, no ramp is rough. We'll play this and pass. Next turn, we do get the red, which is nice. And we are passing. Turn 4, we get the unexpected results. So shuffle. It is a free card, so we get to play it. We get to cast it for free. Okay, not ideal. Next turn. Man, we are struggling, but we do get to play this creative technique now to help us get out of this mess. Get a free Elvish... Oh, sorry, no, we have to shuffle first. My bad. Teamer Ascendancy, and then shuffle again. Modi's not bad. Cascade to a Secure Tri-Melter. Okay, so that is helpful. We'll go ahead and crack that at our opponent's instep for a mountain. Go to our next turn. Okay, we have 6 for Rich Card's Expertise or for Kago and Yodaro. Could also Neoform. Not amazing. I say we just go for Kago and Yodaro is probably the best bet. Can get rid of a creature, and then we'll Cascade as well and draw a card. Cascade we get Greater Good, which is not bad at all. We'll draw a card. Then we'll keep it up as a blocker. This turn is when it gets interesting, because we can Greater Good, but we don't have a ton of mana to work with. Or we can also not give a trample. So if we want to play Jumbo Cactuar and just swing at somebody for 10,000, that's great. Love that. We could also, of course, potentially Cascade into one of our trample givers. So I say we risk it for the biscuit, tap out, cast Jumbo Cactuar on Cascade. We get Jessica's Will. We get a land, another land, and hit them auto load. So if we do end up getting 7 mana from this, very unlikely, but if we do, we could cast Hit them auto load. So try that. Discover 10. We get a Skyshot Claim. Okay. And then a bunch of tap treasures. Not bad. Swing this for 10,000. And have fun. Next turn. Okay. This is where it gets interesting, because now we can kill somebody. Right? Because it's on attack. Trigger on the stack. And then if someone tries to remove it, we can instant speed kill someone. So having that threat is really cool. Yeah, there we go. We finally did the thing. We used Kazul's Fury and we killed somebody. I can't believe it took so long to get a Jumbo Cactuar. I've practically lost my voice at this point. But it's a fun card. I can't wait to see how everyone uses it. It's going in a bunch of my decks for sure, as a big green mage. So let me know what deck you want to put Jumbo Cactuar in, and what cards you're putting with it in the comments below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Bye.